Hi, so I wanted to make a quick video in which I discuss my favorite fighters. And I originally planned for this video to be done while I was on my Gatlinburg trip. But I had so many technical issues with my old device that I wasn't able to complete it. So I'm really excited to now be able to bring you this content. So beginning with mixed martial arts, my favorite fighter would be, or fighters in this instance, would be the Diaz brothers. And I don't so much distinguish between the two because what I love about them is their style, and they both have a similar style. Both Nick and Nate are very cardio-driven athletes, and they always seek to pepper their opponents with shots, not necessarily the hardest shots, but it's just constant pressure. We are now seeing this style from athletes such as Colby Covington. But the difference between him and what the Diaz brothers did is that it would really be such a fight with the Diaz brothers. It was just nasty the whole time, and they would always be talking and making gestures, and it just had a sense of realism that with Colby Covington, it's kind of more of a play. Now, when it comes to judo, my favorite athlete from the judo realm would be Daria Bloated. And I just absolutely love her style and everything she does outside of judo too. Like, I appreciate that she has this build of being incredibly tall, especially for her division, and she really weaponized that build. So, for instance, one of her best attacks, by far her best attack would be her Uchimata. And it was such a great attack for her because when she got inside and she could lift up her leg to attack her opponent's leg, just the range of motion that she could bring to the table means that her opponent could just never free her leg, and that she would almost always fall. Also, if she didn't fall, she could then attack for Ouchigari, which takes your opponent in the direction of just being straight backwards. Uchimata is more of a side throw. So we're trying to take our opponent towards their side, towards their far shoulder area. Having these two directions created an awesome combination for her. So what I love about Daria Bloated outside of judo is that she would use this platform of being in the spotlight, and she would also promote her other things. So there's this issue of being where we do martial arts, but that's like the only thing we become good at. And when you follow like not just people's, but famous athletes, they'll really stick with one little niche. So if they do martial arts, that'll be what they post on it all the time. But with Daria Bloated, she will post just so many different other ventures. She has a significant modeling career. She has ties with clothes, with different clothing lines. And she's known for judo, but she's trying to like diversify. And you don't see that with a lot of other athletes. So I really think she's making all the right choices, both in martial arts and in business. And I just really appreciate how she's doing all of this when she's young too, which is especially important as well. Next we have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and who I pay attention to from that platform. My answer here is kind of the prototypical answer, in that the person I'm most interested there is, of course, Gordon Ryan. And Gordon Ryan is great because I love how with him, he has all of this physique, and he's incredibly strong and all of that. But if you watch when he grapples with people, And when he does his competitions, of course, it is all technique. And he's using very little energy. It's just that he has such a slow and methodical style, and he can really make his opponents use up all of their energy, whereas he is just completely fine. I just feel that that is so awesome, and it's different than what a lot of other people have been doing, a lot of other previous Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu athletes. And another thing I like from him is his kind of smothering techniques, and I try to incorporate that into my own game. So anytime I can more take advantage of preventing my opponents from breathing, not even so much in a traditional choke, but if I can just use something to block their airways, it's definitely something I try to do. And I kind of get that idea from watching some of Gordon Ryan's matches. Another thing I appreciate from Gordon Ryan is that because he is such a personality outside of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like, he can really bring more money into that sport. And that's something incredibly important. And also, just as an athlete, he is kind of revolutionizing that sport and making it more viable to just do that and live off it, and be kind of well off. So that's another aspect of Gordon Ryan's career that I like, even though I prefer to be more of a traditionalist and not do any kind of smack talking, anything like that. And it's funny saying that, because my favorite fighters from mixed martial arts realm are Nick Diaz and Nate Diaz, and my favorite fighters are fighters in BJ. My favorite grappler in BJJ is Gordon Ryan. So there is a bit of a contradiction there, but that is how I think. But those have been my thoughts on this topic, and I hope you have found them interesting, at least. And also consider liking and subscribing to my channel. But let me know as well who some of your favorite fighters and grapplers are, and who you especially pay close attention to. And I'd be very interested in looking at your answers and seeing what you guys think. But thanks so much for watching, and take care.